Right now, we want to tell you that a lot of people can't afford skyrocketing rent here in the mid-state. We've been digging deeper into this problem, and we found that if you get evicted, you can only appeal the decision if you come up with a year's worth of rent.
That's according to a new law just signed by the governor last week. The idea is to protect landlords from being hurt financially due to court proceedings. News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen talked with an expert who wonders if the law will be challenged, as the legal scale obviously tips one way.
It's hard. It's really hard.
At their Madison home, Patricia Copeland and her sister can't afford a rent hike while on a fixed income. So their landlord took them to court, and they were told to get out in 10 days. That's the law, according to Legal Aid Society's Zach Oswald.
I think that what we're looking at here is situations where potentially the landlord didn't have a right to evict, the tenant had defenses, or in a case that I've seen recently where the person who was evicting the tenant isn't even the owner of the property, isn't even the landlord, isn't even the property manager, but they went ahead and they got their judgment in 30 seconds in General Sessions Court.
If they wanted to appeal their eviction, a new state law would require Patricia to come up with 1 year's worth of rent.
How is it going to affect low-income people? How is it going to affect people of color, people that we know have less representation? So there are potential fair housing issues here. There are potential equal protection issues here that may be looked at in the future by cases that somebody wants to challenge this law.
Republican Senator Mike Bell co-sponsored the bill. He used to be a landlord and shared his experience.
They left me owing rent, and they left me with about 3 times the damage to the house than what the deposit covered.
So that's why he wanted protections in place for property owners during court proceedings. This was controversial because Democrat Senator Jeff Yarbrough believes this puts a shackle on renters.
I just think this is a really stark barrier that kind of blocks justice from one category of people.
Zach fears it will put people like Patricia out on the streets.
Being able to stay in your property where you're renting shouldn't be like a game show. You shouldn't have to keep from being homeless in 30 seconds or less, but that's really what we've set up here by making it where tenants who are in General Sessions Court don't have the ability to appeal to circuit court unless they've got a bankroll of $15,000 in their back pocket.
Governor Bill Lee signed this into law on April 8th, so it applies to current court proceedings. Reporting in Nashville, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.